Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy whatever day it is. So DC is with his daddy right now. They're in the office and he's asleep. He was crying this morning. I fed him, changed his diaper, and now DC is spending time with them in the office while he's working. I have been trying to get Junior's last name switched to his dad's last name. So if you guys didn't know, in the state of Georgia, if you guys aren't married, the baby gets the mother's last name, and we had no idea about this really. So now I'm just trying to figure the whole process out so we can go ahead and get DC's last name switched to his father's, and then I can go ahead and order his birth certificate. So that's what I'm doing right now, getting all that out the way. His little card came in the mail, just like a bunch of mom stuff I'm figuring out. I also have to get a binder and just start putting all of his paperwork in a binder. And yeah, today I have about 3 different meetings for work. We have shows coming up, which I'm super excited about, in January. So we are planning and prepping for all of that. What else today? I really need to wrap up all of the gifts. We have all of the gifts in our closet upstairs, so eventually we have to sit down and wrap everything to start putting them under the tree. And you guys missed Hota and his girlfriend. Yes, I'm gonna stop saying his girlfriend. Hota and Kavaya yesterday. They came last night and it was so funny. You guys follow me on Instagram. Hota was holding a baby and the baby was just crying and crying and crying, and that was super funny. But yeah, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram to stay up to date with everything that goes on behind the scenes, especially here at the house. I'll be going on live a lot more with baby. And yeah. Hey guys, so now I'm about to jump on a meeting with our client. We do this every month where we go over the metrics and the Facebook analytics for the month. And so yeah, now that Christmas and New Year's is around the corner, it's gonna get super busy for work with all of these different campaigns for our clients. So it should be exciting. All right, that meeting was a success. I heard my baby Pumpkin. I heard you were a good boy. And you drank all your milk, Pumpkin? Ooh. You drank all your milk? I heard you were a good boy. You were a big boy, Pumpkin. Okay, now I need to pump. And I need to print out that paper. We love to sit down and talk about some of my recommendations with having a newborn or bringing a new baby home for the first time. One thing I will say, it is a lot easier with 3 people having all hands on deck. So like for an example, as y'all can see, I had them this morning, the DC had them. Now I'm about to give them to mom, and then I'll get them again. Just everybody just rotating with the baby. Jesus. Oh, hold on, let me get my paper. It's definitely a lot easier with 3 people on deck. So I even asked Kavaya, Hota's girlfriend, when mom goes back to work, if she can come over and we'll all just tag team this thing, at least for the first month. So baby is 2 weeks old. For the first month, I would like 1 extra person here with me in DC while we're on the clock at least, to be here with us. And I'm sure we'll be fine with just us 2, but I think that additional person avoids us feeling burnt out. So that's really nice. What's going on, baby? What's going on? got going on? So now we are about to fill out this paternity acknowledgement form. I can't believe you even have to do all this in order for the baby to get the same last name. This is annoying. Child's date of birth. Yo, I cannot remember my baby's birthday for nothing. Is it the 29th or the 30th? I think it's the 29th. See y'all, he's so tiny. We got him in a little swaddle. But we had to put this little pillow and this blanket on here for him to be able to be comfortable. Speeding up. Here you go, boo. Showing him down the line. It's not becoming a lot. There's just a lot of tasks that are going on. So this is my best friend. I recommend you guys get one, especially if you're working from home, or maybe if you're not working from home and you work at a desk. Get a dry erase board. And I like just to knock out my list every day, just to keep me focused on like what is the objective and the goal.
You guys open the senior one?
Put the first, because I'll put the second for DC's. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that keeps me very focused. Another thing, Katrina actually bought me this one. A planner definitely helps, but if you don't open up your planner or if you don't look at your planner, it's pointless. So that's why I like having the dry erase board as well, because it literally just sits in front of my face. So that's what I recommend if you guys are working from home, if you're in school, if you work at an office setting and you just have like a bunch of different things to get done, especially if you have deadlines. Grab it. But okay, I need to hurry up and pump. Yo, pumping is starting to hurt. Let me just start there. But anyway, I had something funny I wanted to tell y'all. Oh yeah, so another funny thing when it comes to being a new mom. This is actually pretty embarrassing, but I'm gonna share it anyway. So ever since I got home from the hospital, I felt like my underarms were smelly, right? And so no matter how much deodorant I will put on, I'll be like, why am I so smelly? So then I chalked it up to hormones, and then I made an excuse for myself, and I was like, well, I guess breastfeeding, your underarms are smelly. So finally, one day I was so smelly, and I just smelled my shirt, and I realized when I'm leaking throughout the day, the milk is literally just like on my shirt all day, and it just smells bad after a couple hours or whatever. And that's what it was. And DC is the best, because I know I was smelly and I smelled so bad, and he never even made a comment about it. Like, I could smell myself, and I'm like, yo, my underarms are wilding. And some days it'll be stronger than others. Obviously I was just leaking more than other days, so that's one thing I noticed. And now that I am producing so much milk, I actually leak a lot. So, but it doesn't bother me because I'm home all day. But yeah, I just need to get it together, because I can't be walking around just smelling like spoiled milk. But yeah, so that was one thing. New mother struggles. And then another thing I was noticing, I was checking out my comments under my videos, and for, I don't want to say a lot of you, but for some of you, you may not have the same amount of support, or because of COVID or like work schedules, you may not be able to have family members or your significant other home with you, and I totally understand that. My advice, and again, I'm just trying my best to be as helpful as possible and supportive as possible for you guys. If you can pick a friend or a cousin or like a family member to stay at home with you that first month, and I'm not saying literally stay with you for an entire month, but I am saying if you can just pick someone you trust, and if they can quarantine, get tested, and then help you out, I definitely would go for it. So for an example, Kavaya was over here last night. She said, you know, when her family member had a baby, she would just come over every day. Or maybe if you guys have someone that can cook for you and bring food over, that way you don't have to cook for yourself. Or maybe if you have someone who can come and just clean for you and that's it. If you have someone who can just come and wash clothes and do dishes and just, you know, do all of the heavy lifting, maybe 3 times a week. Like, just in case you are pregnant right now and you know for a fact it's just going to be you and your baby, try to see if you trust anyone and if anyone has a servant heart that you can get help from. Whether it's 3 times a week, whether it's every other day, whether it's someone that can come over after work and just stay, or someone that can sleep over your house overnight and just help you out overnight, or someone that can just oh my god, sneezing with the C-section hurt so bad. But anyway, or having someone that can drop off food, that can go food shopping for you, that can stay with you overnight and expect to work this week. And so I had to ask my brother's girlfriend, like, hey, I know that she's an entrepreneur, she works from home. So I'm like, hey, you can ever just come over here and work from home over here, just so we can have an additional person here at the house to help us with the baby. That would be awesome. And if she's here, I think I would just ask her to just, you know, warm up the baby's bottles, maybe do the dishes. You know, if she doesn't mind cooking or just going to grab lunch and I pay for it. Or if she doesn't mind throwing the clothes in the washer, like this simple stuff. That'll be great. Or if she can just hold the baby while I pump, you know, different things like that. My third meeting of the day. I'm so sleepy. And now I have to pump. I believe my baby just went to sleep. I have to get tomorrow's post scheduled out for work. And then let me show y'all my notes from today alone. These are my notes. Hold on, because I gotta show y'all. For those of y'all who believe being a social media manager is easy, for managing someone's social media platforms is easy, it's absolutely not. It's very strategic, very intentional, very calculated. And like anything, the numbers don't lie, so you have to make sure your numbers make sense. It's pretty hard staying consistent when it comes to social media because there's so many different factors into why your metrics may not be able to stay, you know, high. I have to make sure we're not decreasing or declining in numbers. And when it comes to Facebook ads, it's very hard because of course you can just spend more money, but in order for you to get the results and then you have to compare those results to last year, you have to be very strategic because whoever was the social media manager last year, she rocked it out. Like the numbers look so good, and so now I have to either match that or top that. I feel like once I had the baby, everything was kind of a blur. But now I'm back in the swing of things and I'm just trying my best to hit the ground running and keep up. So DC took out meatballs for dinner, so I have to figure out what exactly he wants to make. Does he want to make spaghettis or meatball sandwiches or what? And then I'll probably take a nap for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll go and grab the baby. Oh, I was so tired. I'm so tired, and breastfeeding makes me so hungry. Oh, such a good day. You almost burned my sandwich.
Vegan, thank you. We cook vegan meals around here. Even though y'all just seen the chicken.
You all like
That's ready whenever you're ready. As soon as I'm off this call, I'm gonna get that back.
Okay.